Rabia, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. Welcome back to my channel, Cloud Soldier. My name is Cash, and in today's topic, what we are going to discuss is Azure Bastion. Um, right. So, like I said, we will be discussing Azure Bastion. Um, why we use Azure Bastion? Yeah, I always spell it wrong. I-O-I-A-N, but it's I-O-N. Bastion. Right. Do you remember that when we say, for example, we created a VM in Azure, and to connect this, we need a RDP connection, which is port number 3389. But the thing is that it exposes public IP address and it can be vulnerable for your network. So people can compromise with your network. So in majority of the companies, there's no RDP, or sorry, that means no, I mean to say public IP address. So that means you never open the entrance so people can get in. To resolve this issue, what happened? So Azure has a service which is called Bastion. And so what it happens is a service like a managed service from Azure, and we create this service in Azure. So what will happen? Say, for example, you are sitting at home or in office, wherever you are, and you're trying to RDP onto a virtual machine in Azure. So instead of going through public IP, we will introduce here a service called Bastion. Yeah. And so what happens when a user connects through this Bastion, there's an infrastructure behind this Bastion like a VMs. So that will go and talk to the VNet of this machine or subnet and connect to the private IP address. Say, for example, like if this machine has got a private IP address of 10.0.0.4. Any questions, Rabia, until now?
Not yet.
Okay, like let me clear this. So this is we're gonna do in our lab today. So what we'll do, so we'll create these two machines. So what? Say for example, like I said, example, this is your job portal, and let's change the color to have a different color. Yes. So this is Azure portal. You're sitting on your laptop, and via internet, we will be accessing these two machines. So what we'll do, we'll have a virtual network. We'll create a VNet. Then we'll create a dedicated subnet in this VNet. So make sure we have to have exactly the way it spells it here, like capital letters and all that. Otherwise, it will not work. So we have to have exactly like this. And we got two machines here. So this is the machine. We will create a web VM Linux 01. And what we'll do, we also create app VM Linux 01. Also, uh, we'll create. I think one should be okay. We don't have to create this one. One Linux machine and one Windows machine, which is this one. So we'll call this web VM Windows 01. So what we'll
Yes.
do, Azure Bastion then connects to the virtual machines via their private IP address. Say, for example, this is a private address we'll get. So whatever the IP address we'll get, we'll connect to that, and we can connect to this one, and we can. So we'll do this all in a demo via Bastion. Okay, so what I'll do, I will pause our recording, and because it will be time consuming, so I'll create this machine, and we'll create the virtual network. We have done our previous exercises. We will create a subnet, and we will also create a subnet um, for Bastion. And then when we approach to that time where we create our Bastion service, we will rejoin. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Okay, let's create a quick machine, virtual Windows virtual machine. Click create virtual machine. And you need to help me here, the names and stuff here.
Okay.
So we create a new resource group, call it app RG.
Yes.
Click OK, and we call the machine web
Web
VM
VM
Windows
happen 01.
5.01, and no availability zone. Uh, and we create a Windows machine first. So 2022, and BTOS is fine. And if we go to our username, we call it, oops, Azure user and PASSW0RD123 exclamation, PASSW0RD123 exclamation. Right, if we go to our, right, so we will leave this port, but we will be accessing this 3389 via Bastion servers. So we'll leave this as it is and go to disks and just choose our cheaper one so we don't get, if we accidentally leave it to running, so it doesn't cost us too much. Okay, networking. Right, so let's create a new virtual network, and we call it AppVNet.
AppVNet. Yes.
Yeah, and just can we call it app subnet, app
App
s-
subnet.
subnet, or you can call it web VM subnet,
Yes.
and just leave it as like this. And actually, we can create another one. Let's see, create this first here. Okay, and we do, like we discussed, we're going to be using our Bastion service, so we do not need. Sorry, we do not need public IP, none.
Yes.
And
Oh,
right, we forgot to tell something. We also, instead of instead of instead of using NSG, instead of using NSGs, what we'll do, we will also create a separate NSG group. Yeah, and we'll call it app NSG.
MSG.
So instead of defining it over here, like on this security basic, we will assign this associate these machines to a separate NSG group. Understand?
Yes.
Right. So if I remove this, clear this drawing, right, and if so we use select none. Yeah.
Yes, none.
So also I just want to select this. So when I delete all that. Load balancer we don't need. Next, monitoring disable, we don't need it. Okay, if I do advance, tag, review and create. Just check for the validation. Yes, it's passed. Let's click. Okay, let's come back after it's done. So what I'll do, I'll also create a similarly a Linux machine and then we'll join you guys again. All right.
Okay.
Right. So before we create a Linux machine, so we went to our virtual network, and so we created this uh, originally when we deployed our Windows machine. So what we can do, create, not sorry, if you go back to here and so basically we need to create a subnet. So
एक
right,
minute.
so we have to go here, VNet, and we see our settings and see our subnets. So this is a subnet we created here. So we need to create another subnet for our Linux machine. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Azure Bastion
one second,
subnet.
one second. Create subnet and name we call it Linux VM subnet.
Okay, yes.
And so that's done. So this will pick up that and all that. Yeah, fine. So we don't need in private subnet. Just leave it as default. Add. Right. So we got. So this is we're gonna use for our Linux machine, and this is for our web subnet. Also, we create a dedicated subnet for
Bastion.
Azure Bastion. Well done. So Azure, what is it?
Azure Bastion subnet.
So you have to have capital B
Yes.
subnet and okay. So we have to select here also. It's a complaining
Uh, I,
about
it's complaining about the subnet purpose, first one.
Azure Bastion. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's fine. Just leave it like this. Fine. Nothing add. Right.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfectly done. So what we're doing, we're creating our Linux machine. So if we refresh it, if we just refresh again and create again, hopefully this time it come our second subnet.
Yes.
Right. So we use app rg and we call it app VM
Yeah.
Linux little one.
Yes.
Same thing again, no availability zone. So basically, while we're doing this demo, we're also fixing our issues live.
Yes.
Password is Azure user and password again. PASS 0RD 123. PASS 0RD 123. Okay, so we leave this port. This is Linux machine, so we need 22. Right, so next disk. So we keep it like standard, leave everything else, networking. So please tell me what. So it's already picked up Linux. See,
Yes.
so we got two here. Look, see.
Yep.
So it picked up already this one. Network security group. We don't need it because we're gonna create separately. All right, all right.
What about the 26?
26. What do you mean?
The octet on the subnet.
That's fine. Don't, that we got delete anyway, so that should be all right.
Okay.
So next management. Okay, and review and create. Right, so create this. Right. Okay, so while this is happening, what we can do, we also create. So this is you talking about 26? That's for Bastion,
Yes. Okay.
not for Linux. Okay, if we go back to and we now look for Bastion service.
Yes.
Bastion service is there. Okay, create. We use the same resource group, FRG, UKSAT. We don't need zones. Okay, standard or basic. We can do base. Developer actually is fine. It's cheaper. Virtual network. Hmm,
Name.
there is cabinet. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, name we call it Azure Bastion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next advanced. Just leave it like that. Tags. Actually, no, it didn't ask for our. No, not developer. We try
Basic.
basic because see, if we do developer, it doesn't give you all those options. So we need to
Yes.
select basic. Yeah.
Okay.
So this now we can see already picked up that Azure Bastion subnet,
Yep.
the one we created before. Remember?
Yes.
And so this is it will generate a public IP which is secure. So next tag, next create and create. Yeah.
Yep.
So while this is happening, let's create what's next part? A subnet security group. So no, the network security group. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if we go to network security group, security group, and create, use the same, and we call it app
MSG.
MSG.
Yes.
Yep, and easy. Next review and create. That shouldn't take long. So, right. So we got this one is working, deploy in progress. So we have got NSG created. Right. So what do we do now? So we go to our virtual machines, duplicate, and disassociate. What? So let's go and check our virtual machines first. So see, is there any, do they have any NSG? So there is no public IP address. And if you go to networking, network settings. So no network security group, yeah?
Yes.
Same for Windows machine. So we do not have network security. So we need to associate our app NSG. So if you go to our app NSG, which is app NSG security group, so we need to associate to these virtual machines. So if you go to network interface, and if you associate network interface, and if you see web VM,
Yes.
first one be associated with this one, and we associate our Linux one.
Yes. APM.
Lab Linux, yeah. So associating with the network card. So this is a network card, right? So that's done. So you can see this should be 10.0.1.4. See, Linux. Right. See, we do not, so we accidentally assigned a public IP address to a Linux machine. We shouldn't be doing that. We missed in our exercise. So how do we get rid of this? So we go back to our home, virtual machines, and go to, was it on this one? Linux?
Yes.
See, we shouldn't be having this. So if we go to Linux machine, configuration is there, properties. No, actually, I think you have to do via, what do you call it? If you go to, just go to public IP addresses. So which was that?
App.
Now, if you check the Windows machine, which was supposed to IP attached to it?
It was APM.
And there was a it called 2482. So if you check this 2482, yes, 2482, yeah.
Yes.
So we disassociate that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So disassociating that. Now, if you go back again to our virtual machines, and if we go to our app VM Linux 01, so no public IP address. So if you go to our now if you go to search for our app NSG, okay, and
Yes.
this time we should not have.
Public IP.
So we can see this network interfaces. So no public IP address, yeah.
Yes. No IP.
So now what we see here, is it still in progress? Still doing it. Deployment, that's the Bastion service and it's still progress. So when this is done, we will use that to access our machines, and we'll do a demo. So let's go a quick rundown what you've done. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you go to our whiteboard, right? So this is a Bastion service here.
Yes.
Excuse me. So what is this used for?
To connect without.
Okay, sorry. Say again.
So connecting securely both Windows and Linux virtual machines without exposing them to the public internet.
Well done. Without exposing to internet like using public IP address, yeah. So what we did in our exercise, so we created two machines, one Windows and one Linux, yeah.
Yep.
And then we created also, while we creating machine, a virtual network. And
Yes.
in this virtual network, we had a subnet for Windows. We have a subnet for Linux, and we created a Azure subnet, Bastion subnet. Remember, for our
Yes.
Bastion. Then what we did, we also created our app NSG, the security group. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And while we creating our machines, we made sure that no NSG required. Remember, and no public IP to both
Yep.
machines. Yeah, so that's why we created separately NSG, so we can associate. Then we associated these machines, network cards, NICs to this NSG. Yeah.
Yes.
And then also we created separately a Bastion service. Yep.
Yes.
And while we had also some issues, like we accidentally had a public IP address, we had disassociated that. So also I showed you how to do that. So now what we are waiting for our Bastion service to be deployed, then we can work on it. Right. So you can see that Microsoft Bastion service is created. That has got public DNS name and it's got its own public IP address, and it's okay. So now, so you can see that it has gone its own public IP, this Bastion, but this is not exposed to public. So this is all secured by Microsoft services, yeah, because it's a managed service. If you click this, you can see that that's the IP address. So now, what we can do, if we go to our virtual machines and we're gonna connect our Windows first. So can you please tell me, Rabia, how we normally used to connect? So we used to go to like RDP, virtual desk, like a remote desktop, and put the IP address, but not this time. So we're gonna connect it like this way.
Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion, that's the one. So connect by, see, connect, click, connect by Bastion, and what we do here. So he's asking for a password, yeah, username. So we remember we did this Azure user, and
Yes.
password was PASSW0RD123, and connect, allow. Hey, see? So this is,
Yes.
we connected via Bastion service, not via our RDP client, and we it's all secure. So that's why that's what you use when you work for a company or in an office environment. We use a Bastion service to connect to our virtual machines, never ever public IPs. So in working environment, no public IPs unless you have got a like application gateway. That's a different subject. Yeah. So we can just, so similarly, what we do, we connect to our Linux. No thanks. So this is Linux machine, yeah, and same user and password. Click connect. Here we go.
Yes.
That's it. See, you are connected to Linux machine. So
Yes.
yes, so we have proved it with our public IP address we are using. So you can see, we can see all the files and folders of our Linux machine. So you can see the name of the machine also. App Linux VM 0%. Any question, please?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so this is NST. I was forgot to tell you. So this NST has got automatically inbound rules, as you can see that allow the outbound rules all there. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully this video is very informative for you guys. Please give me any comment or any question in the comment section, and see you guys after for the next topic. So before we do that, let's quickly tidy up this. So what we'll do, we quickly delete our resource group. So we to avoid the cost. So go to app RG, click copy. Where is it? Delete resource group. Copy that. Apply force delete. Delete that. Delete confirm that. Yeah. So thank you very much, and speak to you guys again. Thanks, Rabia.
Thank you.
Bye bye.